You won't believe what they did for fame and money. This video dives into the dark side, sharing stories that'll make your hair stand up and send chills down your spine. We're talking about real deals with the devil and what it truly means to sign your name in blood. After hearing these testimonies, you won't be able to shrug this off as just myths. Guys, it seems like the devil isn't hiding anymore. You can see it everywhere, dominating the majority of movies, music, award shows, and yes, even the NFL. This video might unsettle some of you, especially as it involves many celebrities you admire. So, if you're not ready to face these truths, it might be better to stop watching now. But if you're prepared to uncover the reality behind the glamour, let's begin. The journey to fame is often illuminated by the spotlight, but it's the shadows that tell the more intriguing stories. As we dive into the lives of some of the most celebrated names in the entertainment industry, we uncover a pattern that's as revealing as it is chilling. First up is Bob Dylan, whose frank admission about his rise to fame adds a profound layer to our discussion. Dylan reveals the foundations of his success, which he intriguingly describes as making a deal with the commander-in-chief of this world and the world we don't see, in his own words. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Following Dylan, we turn to Kanye West, a true visionary in the music industry. Kanye has shared insights that really make you rethink what success means. He's talked about how personal losses have shadowed the careers of legends like Michael Jordan, Bill Cosby, and Dr. Dre, highlighting a much darker side of fame. Without revealing too much, let's just say that Kanye believes the price of fame is much steeper than many of us imagine.
My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me.
That's more important than being alive.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard.
Devil took all the producers, the musicians, the designers, moved us all out to Hollywood, moved us all out to New York, chasing gold statues, literally signing a contract and selling our souls.
A$AP Rocky's journey adds another layer to this narrative. Imagine reaching the pinnacle of your career, only to find that each album release coincides with a personal loss. The rapper's experiences raise questions about the sacrifices tied to success in the music industry. Let's hear what A$AP Rocky has to say about this pattern.
Or every time I'm about to release an album, for some strange reason, man, you know what I'm saying? I always lose somebody close to me. It was my pops, it was James, it was my sister, I always lose somebody close to me, so, I feel like, some crazy, jinx and some, maybe I notice every time I put out an album, it's like I lose somebody. Like I lost my pops. With my first album, I lost Yams with my second album.
Then there's DaBaby, whose career milestone was shadowed by a heartbreaking personal loss. The timing of his success and his father's death is a stark reminder of the dual-edged sword that is fame. DaBaby's reflection on this moment in his life is a compelling listen, one that might change how you view the glitz and glamour of celebrity life.
And you really lost him the same day you hit number one with Suge?
The same time, it was Baby on Baby. It went number one.
Okay.
It went number one on Apple Music, iTunes. It was number 7 or something like that. And then I had got the phone call I had got the phone call. My brother woke me up. He like, hey, call your little brother. My little brother, my dad. So I call your little brother. He DM me. Oh, he woke me up. I'm like, DM you, what's up? Pick up the phone. I call him. I'm halfway asleep. He bro, dad, bro, he dead. He died. I'm like, what? I set up in my bed. I'm like, what? Same time, Carter, he blowing my phone up. Blowing me up while I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm thinking he calling to deliver the same news. I click over, what's up, bro? We number one. Number one, you did it. You did it. I'm like, damn.
As we navigate these thought-provoking waters, we're about to delve into Christina Cheney's riveting testimony. She shares a haunting exchange with an influential figure in the industry who eerily suggested that a pact with the devil could skyrocket her to fame overnight. Yet, this is merely the surface. Cheney's story delves into depths that promise to unveil even more startling revelations, shedding light on the darkest corners of the quest for fame and success.
So the very first time when I was working with this producer, we were working on my first album to get me shopped to get a major deal. And we were taking a break from recording this album, and he took me around the studio. And this is someone who's been in the industry, like he's worked with big names. And so he was like, hey, so you know that if you were to sell your soul to the devil, you can have instant fame tomorrow. And when
who said that?
I really don't want to say his name.
Oh, but it was
a producer I was working with. Yes, a music producer I was working with.
He actually said those words.
He actually said those words. And he took me away from like my team. So he had me by myself. So it was like a whole lot happened in that moment. Like discernment happened in that moment for me that I never really experienced before. It was almost like he made a mistake in his career and he was using me to try to get to where he really wanted to be. But he didn't want to sell his soul. So he's like, but if you sell your soul, we can go high. And it was like, in that moment, I received all this knowledge and a huge, just, what I can explain was like something fell on me. And I fell to the ground where I could not stand. And I started weeping and crying out to the Lord saying, forgive me, because I wasn't living right. And so when he said that, it was almost like, what have I done? How deep am I in this disobedience place? So I fell on the floor and I started, just crying out and saying, Lord, forgive me. I don't want to do anything without you. Like, the true nature of who I am. Like, I wanted him to forgive me. And after that whole thing, I look up and the man was sitting on the, it's like he fell, I guess, because he was sitting weird and his head was down as I was praying and crying out to God in front of this man. I did not care because the conviction behind his words really hit me.
The idea of trading one's soul for a fast track to success transforms from mere metaphor to a chilling reality for some. The seductive lure of immediate fame, wealth, and power can be overwhelming. However, as we've uncovered, this path is fraught with hidden costs, leading us to ponder the true worth of such pursuits. The exchange, immense public attention and personal compromise for fame's fleeting rewards, forces us to consider if it's genuinely worthwhile. Does the real expense of fame, illuminated by those who've tasted its heights, uncover a more disturbing facet of our aspirations and dreams? What do the vast majority of the biggest superstars in the world have in common? Paradoxically, their journey to immense fame and fortune often culminates in profound despair. Numerous artists have conceded that, despite their considerable wealth, influence, and global recognition, the ultimate outcome of their existence has been one of profound unhappiness. Alarmingly, countless individuals have been misled by the falsehood that mimicking the lifestyles of these celebrated figures is the key to achieving joy and satisfaction. A multitude of lives have been squandered in the pursuit of happiness through the accumulation of wealth, fame, dominance, engagement in occult activities, promiscuity, and substance abuse. An examination of many top-tier superstars, athletes, and icons of rock, pop, and hip-hop music reveals a recurring theme. The glamour of fame often masks a reality filled with anguish, obscurity, and despair. Celebrated actor Brad Pitt has openly shared his profound sense of void despite attaining vast wealth and fame, drawing a parallel to the figure of the prodigal son in Jesus' parable of the prodigal son. This parable tells the story of a young man who prematurely demands his inheritance from his father, only to waste it on dissolute living. However, the narrative takes a turn as the son realizes his mistake and returns to his father, who greets him with forgiveness and love. Jesus shared this parable not just to highlight the hollowness of worldly possessions, but to underscore God's immense love for those who repent and return to Him. Pitt identifies with the lesson of the parable, stating, "You will not be alive again until you come home to the Father's ways." Yet, he also admits, "I never thought past believing." This admission reveals a profound spiritual emptiness within Pitt. He confided in a Rolling Stone interview that the chase for material gains has left him and others feeling void, saying, "Man, I know all these things are supposed to seem important to us. The car, the condo, our version of success. I say toss all this, we gotta find something else. But all I know is that at this point in time, we're heading for a dead end, a numbing of the soul, a complete atrophy of the spiritual being. I don't want that. The emphasis now is on success and personal gain. I'm telling you, that's not it. I am the guy who's got everything. But once you've got everything, then you're just left with yourself."
That was Satanism. It's working on me. I made a pact. The movie came out so well. No, but really dealing with, you're told certain things as you grow up, and I'm a big believer in you have to try things on for yourself and really figure out who you are and what works for you.
Pitt's reflection brings to light a deep contemplation of societal values, underscoring the vacuum left by material success without spiritual fulfillment, echoing the timeless message of Jesus and the necessity of a connection with God for true contentment. Mega actress Megan Fox has become a notable example among many celebrities who have explored the realms of the occult and demonism, finding themselves entangled in deep depression despite their immense fame. In June of 2023, Fox made headlines after declaring herself a witch and issuing a bizarre threat to perform a satanic ritual that involved consuming the raw flesh of animal carcasses in a man's yard. This threat emerged after the man alleged hearing one of Fox's sons express reluctance to wear girls' clothing, accusing Fox of mistreating her boys by forcing them into such attire. The Washington Post has documented Fox's struggles with body dysmorphia and mental health issues, despite her once really bright and sunny and happy disposition. Fox admits to developing manic depression over time. In a conversation with CR Fashion Book, Fox shares insights into her and Machine Gun Kelly's interactions with the spirits. She reflects on her role in the film Jennifer's Body, where she played a demon-possessed, cannibalistic murderer, a character transformation triggered by a satanic ritual. Fox acknowledges her deliberate engagement with ancient demonic forces in her pursuit of stardom, suggesting that these practices have exacerbated her manic-depressive state. She opened herself to these entities, which were among those that rebelled against God alongside Satan. Fox confessed, "But as I got in my early 20s, that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned demon did rise up in me. I did tap into that archetype a few times as well. That's kind of what you see in Jennifer's Body, that sort of nasty streak that can exist if you align yourself with that ancient energy." The late actor and comedian Robin Williams, in a moment of candor before his passing, revealed how he tapped into otherworldly forces for his performances. "Yeah, literally. It's like possession," he described. "All of a sudden, you're in, and because it's in front of a live audience, you just get this energy that starts going." He noted the paradoxical nature of this possession, which once could have led to condemnation but also provided a powerful stage presence. "It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where you really can become this other force," Williams explained, highlighting why he felt no need to portray villains since he already navigated those boundaries on stage. Unfortunately, Williams' flirtation with these forces was one he could not always control, serving as a poignant reminder of the hidden struggles faced by many. Known for eliciting laughter, Williams himself found little joy in his personal life, resorting to substances like cocaine and alcohol to fill the void within. Despite his beloved role as Mork, his stand-up routines, laced with perverse humor and drug references, painted a starkly different picture.
There's a voice, and it's a little quiet voice that goes, jump. It's the same voice. The same voice goes, just one. There's a voice that goes, jump. And the idea of just one. For someone who has no tolerance for it, that's not a possibility.
To talk about it as caused by something that...
Not caused by anything, it's just there. It's just, it's latent, waits. It lays in wait, and for the time when you think, it's fine now, I'm okay. And then, beep. And then the next thing you know, it's not okay.
Williams, influenced by these dark entities, left a complex legacy, intertwining immense talent with profound inner turmoil. This narrative echoes in the sports world, where numerous athletes confront deep despair and thoughts of despair, despite their outward success.
Maybe a lot of people would say, hey man, this is what it is. I reached my goal, my dream, my life is... Me, I think, God, it's got to be more than this. I mean, this can't be what it's all cracked up to be. I mean, I've done it. I'm 27, and what else is there for me?
I'd wake up and I think, why did I wake up this morning? This is coming from a man who had everything. Money, fame, glory, titles, a wife, a family, kids, everything. But I felt as if I had nothing. I felt there was an empty, gaping hole that was just filled with gloom and doom, and it just was one bad thing happened to me after another. And it wasn't until after the Klitschko fight, a very massive high, then I had to have a even worse low, lowest low that anyone could ever have.
Even Tom Brady, celebrated as the greatest of all time in the NFL, has not been immune to profound personal challenges. CBS highlighted an unusual aspect of Brady's life, noting that the secret of Brady's success was that he married a witch, a playful nod to his former wife, Giselle. This comment was made in a lighter vein, especially after the Patriots' victory over the Rams in Super Bowl 53, when Giselle reportedly reminded Brady of his good fortune in having a witch for a wife. Brady himself has openly acknowledged this intriguing facet of his life on camera, adding a unique layer to the narrative of his storied career.
I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much. And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. Oh. And of course we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, I asking, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
A curious observation emerges when examining the lives of those who seemingly possess everything that is often equated with happiness, fame, fortune, and acclaim. Rather than attaining fulfillment, a profound spiritual emptiness prevails. This pattern is not exclusive to renowned actors, actresses, and sport figures. It similarly affects leading personalities in the music industry, including iconic rock, pop, and rap artists.
I was living my dream. I literally, if you could go to 16-year-old Rainn Wilson, what's your dream? Live in New York City, be paid to be an actor, have cool friends, have a beautiful girlfriend, live in a loft, and have a van, and collaborate artistically with really cool people. I mean, I was living my dream, and I was miserable. I was just like, what the f going on? Like, why am I waking up at 3 a.m, just like staring at the wall? Why am I considering, like, what? How? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm living my dream. This is what you wanted, asshole. Why are you so ungrateful? And I was deeply, deeply unhappy.
If I get this, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy. Because I felt like I was dying. My security and stuff were coming into the room at night to check my pulse. Like, people don't know how serious it got. Like, it was legit crazy scary. I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. You know, so it just got scary. I basically said to myself, I'm like, God, if you're real, you get me through this season of stopping these pills and stuff. And if you do, I'll do the rest of the work. And then I did that, and then I was good from there, but I never did the actual work. I got off the pills, but I never went to the root of everything. So then I just like kind of circle back around, which most people do.
You know, I walked into this, my life was on fire. I was walking out of hell. It wasn't like I willingly came in here on a white horse singing show tunes. I came in here on fire, and I didn't want to be an actor anymore, and my life was a mess, complete mess, and I had hurt a lot of people, and I felt deep shame, deep guilt. I didn't like to go outside much. I really, like, I had a yearning not be here anymore.